Hey everybody, Wisdom here. It is Tuesday, February 25th, 2014. I have been looking forward to this day for quite some time. Not necessarily this day, it was an earlier day, and then it was pushed back to this day. But nonetheless, I was now excited for this day, and that is for one simple reason. This was released. What this is exactly is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare for the Xbox One. I picked this up at GameStop. I actually pre-ordered it in advance, $39.99. Why did I pre-order? There's a bonus tied in. GameStop only, you have access to booster packs. I was under the impression it was going to be, codes packed in with the game. That is not the case. They were actually printed on their receipt. This is actually the second unboxing I've done of this. It's a long story, but my history with this game, this is one of the reasons that I wanted to pick up an Xbox One, actually. The other big one being Minecraft. My nephew, as you know, is a huge Minecraft fan. We can play locally, on the iPads and everything, but, when he's at his place, I'm at my place, we could play online together. We do have the PC version now, might go that route. But nonetheless, we thought with him growing up, he might move on into some different games, racers, first-person shooters, sports games, things of that nature. And instead of getting the 360, we thought the Xbone was the way to go. It would just kind of grow with him, we felt like it'd be a good investment. Plus, I knew this was coming, so this is one of those games, a lot of people are going to blow this off. They're going to say, hey, that was designed for kids, that's not any fun. I have Battlefield, I have Call of Duty, I've got Modern Warfare, I'm set on that stuff, I've got my zombie slings done elsewhere, I don't need anything like that. Look at it from this perspective. If you're big into racing games, let's say like realistic sims, as close to reality as you can get, or even the arcade style racers, things of that nature, anyone can come in, take Mario Kart. You can make those same arguments. It's intended for a younger audience, yada yada. Give me a group of people that say that, and let me put them down in front of Mario Kart, and I guarantee you they will all have fun. If they don't have fun, there's probably something wrong with them, or they're just incredibly horrible at the game and can't, have fun in the fact that they're horrible at it, and that the people around them are enjoying themselves. This is going to be that type of a game. Again, I think a lot of people will blow it off. EA has given multiple reasons for people to blow it off, which, again, I'm trying to stay positive here. But if you get this, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, there is one big caveat there. There is absolutely no single-player mode. That is a ridiculous thing to me. I will never understand the trend. Again, I'm from the old guard, grew up in the 80s. My childhood was spent on the NES, SNES, Sega Genesis. I was there when it all went down originally. As I've grown, moved on, PlayStation 2, the Wii U, everything like that. Games, in my opinion, start in the foundation, down here at the pool table, is the single-player game, because one person will always be present. Not everyone has a sibling. Not everyone has parents that will play with them. Not everyone can have friends over. Now, you've got that. When you do have friends over, or your parents are into the games, or want to play with you, see what's going on, what you're into, that's where the local multiplayer comes on. Whether it's, a second player only, whether it's 4 people, whatever, that goes on top of your single player campaign. Now, the icing on the cake is if you have online capabilities. You can come in and you can race against your buddy, that moved from your hometown to Denver. You can come in and that exchange student from Germany that you were good friends with and went back home. You can literally get online and you can race him, just like he was there with you. That's all great, but again, you've got the 3 foundations: single player, local multiplayer, and then online. That's how it should always be. I grew up with it that way. That's how it is. Another, one of my personal trademarks is going to be, regardless of technology and what changes in life, if I buy the console, in this case the Xbone, and the game, in this case Garden Warfare, I don't need to pay money past that. It should be optional, and it shouldn't hinder my enjoyment of the game. Here lately, people have kind of started flipping that, and I don't understand why people support it. If people would just not support it, people would quit doing it because it's not profitable. some of you might have grown up in a different world than me, and you just think, hey, I don't want a single player campaign, I just want to play with all these people I don't know. That's great. Biggest issue there. For those of you that live in a giant metropolitan area, you have a great zippy internet connection. That's fantastic. You can spend for your internet, you can pay your premium subscription fees for your PlayStation or Xbox, and just have a great time. Again, with this game, if that is you, I recommend you pick it up because I think you will have a blast. Now, if you live in a rural area, if you live somewhere where you've got the best internet, but it still, quite frankly, just kind of sucks, you have some issues. If you know, when I play Mario Kart Wii with my nephew, my internet's not the greatest. I'll get disconnected. I'll be uploading a video and I'll get disconnected. You just lose the signal. And I have the best internet available here, and this isn't exactly the boonies where I'm at. There's actually been several places that I've actually, found somewhere nice I considered moving, and then it was like, oh, well, you have to use that internet. Well, that's not going to work for me. Not everyone lives in a giant city with lightning fast internet that's fixed instantaneously. So, it's just a fact of life, and I don't know, maybe these developers are oblivious to that, maybe they don't care, maybe they just want more money, I don't know. What I can tell you though, if you were in the group like myself, obviously I knew, to be fair, I'll be honest with you, I knew there was not going to be a single player mode. While I still think that is incredibly stupid, just incredibly ridiculous, I was willing to come in and had the offline co-op, and I thought, okay, that's going to be cool. In the event that I get to a point where I want to test out Xbox Live Gold, see how it works with my internet, if there's ever, enough games out. Basically, we're waiting until Minecraft. That's probably when I'll go ahead and pull the trigger on the Xbox Gold and everything. Until that time, there's really no point in me having that. Everything online with Nintendo is free, and that's what I like. I bought the console, I bought the game. That's the way I operate. Free is a good four-letter word. Now, as such, when I went in, the guys at GameStop pretty worried. As you can see, it requires Xbox Live Gold. They don't really promote, you would think with the boss mode and the offline co-op, those would be featured prominently on the Xbone case. Kind of encourage people to buy it, spend the $10 extra and get the Xbox One if they don't already have one. Really no mention of that, and everything is, you gotta have Live Gold, They offered, actually, to let me, because I paid in full in advance, they offered to refund my money because they weren't sure if it was going to work. I'd been telling my nephew about this day. We planned to play the game tonight. I was hoping to have some fun with the offline co-op, mind you. And basically that was going out the window really fast. So I went ahead, kept it, said I'd go home, try it out and everything. And update is about 219 megabytes. Factor that in. Wasn't as big of an update as I figured there would have been. So that was a pleasant surprise. Second pleasant surprise, I got on after finagling through all the hoops you have to jump through. Offline co-op does in fact seem to be there. It's currently working. I suppose they could change that. It wouldn't surprise me at all, given who we're dealing with. But it is there. It is functional. It is a minuscule portion of the game. I think probably almost all of the emphasis went towards the online campaigns, which is fine. I understand that. Still blows my mind there's no single player campaign that's offline. It's just nuts, especially at the price point of $39.99. But if you're in that boat like myself, the offline co-op, as of me recording this video, does work. I'm hoping it stays that way. This game, again, does come with a 2-day trial of Xbox Live Gold, so you can put that in if you're like myself and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be in there, I'm going to be one of 24 people playing, and I'm going to be that guy that gets kicked out of the game and ruins it for everyone else playing. Probably wouldn't with that many people, but a lot of the games, if you get kicked off, it'll ruin it for everyone. Even if you go down. It's going to obviously impact things regardless of if it, deploys your disconnected status to everyone. But I'll try it out, see how it goes. Again, eventually I'll probably pick that up if the trial versions pan out for me. That's nice that they do give you the trial. But so much of this game is going to be predicated on the online that you really, in my opinion, would want that before you shell out for it right now. And again, the reason I'm making this video is just because I feel like there's a ton of you out there that are in that boat. You've got the internet that's great, zippy, and fast. You're already paying for Xbox Live Gold, so I mean, if that is you, buy this game and have some fun with it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. You've just got to try it. Skylanders, I get flack all the time for that. It's like, you're in your 20s and you play with little toys. Well, it's an awesome game. That's why you're looking at the Skylander Fleet of America. I mean, I fully support what I enjoy. I am hoping that my nephew and I have a blast with this. If that's the case and the internet kind of pans out for me, I'll go ahead and I'll do the Live Gold, and I mean, we'll play this thing all the time. Or at least until Mario Kart 8 and Minecraft come out anyway. But again, I personally feel like this game's going under the radar. A lot of people blew it off. One, no single player, which I agree fully with that, and then two, online only, which I guess if you get the 360 version, you do not have the split screen offline co-op, so you literally would have to have Live Gold. So again, I'm not in New York City or LA, I'm kind of out here in the flyover states, where we don't have the internet. You can't walk to GameStop, you have to actually drive there, there's not a Toys R Us in every town. So I kind of try to speak for the people like myself, and these are very real concerns. I don't want you to go out and spend $40 on this and then find like, oh hey, well, I can't play because it's just me and my internet connection is slow, or I get disconnected all the time. So definitely important things to factor in there. If you overlook all of that though, or if you are, the online, you don't mind paying the yearly fees and everything, don't overlook this game. I've played it really briefly, maybe like 20 minutes. I can only imagine, if you did have a group of friends online, it's going to be pretty cool. I think you will definitely enjoy it. But as such, with me not having great internet connection, more importantly not having Xbox Live Gold at this point in time, really not much of a point in me adding people. In the event that I do test out the trial, everything seems okay, and I commit myself to the year or 3 months or something, I'll go ahead, I'll throw it out there. Anyone that has the game, that watches these videos, you can join with me. I'll of course be recording. If some of you record, that's great too. We'll have different vantage points. It's going to be one of those deals. I don't think anyone's really going to know what they're doing here for the next probably week or two, as it kind of gets populated and word gets out, friend to friend type situation. So should be just pretty much hilarious fun from the beginning for those of you with good internet connections and Live Gold. For me, right now, again, I think we will stick to the offline co-op and just try to enjoy that. And then, like I said, when I get some free time, I'll go ahead, I'll test out, see how things go with the trial. And then, like I said, if I commit, I'll throw up my deal, I'll start adding people. And like I said, we can come in and hopefully have fun. That's why I buy a video game, is to have fun. Again, single player offline, local multiplayer, and then online. To me, that's your 3-tier system of a successful game, and this basically just flipped that over, and it's just eliminating a wide portion of an audience from even considering picking this up. PopCap, obviously, I was pretty fond of them with the Plants vs. Zombies. EA got in the picture. Not a huge fan of them. I don't know many people that are, but from time to time, even things you don't like or bad companies do something really cool. So that's what I'm hoping is the case here. But again, I felt like I needed to come out here, tell those of you that are just oblivious to this, kind of wrote it off, that this game did release today. And I think personally it's going to be pretty dadgum cool. And more importantly though too, if you fall into that group that didn't know about it, seeing this, thinks it looks awesome, checked out some videos, think, man, I got to get that. You need to know that there is no single player. Pretty much everything you're going to do is going to be tied in with Xbox Live Gold, so you've got to have that. You've got to be willing to pay for it, and you need a good internet connection. And then, more importantly, the offline co-op, which again, they kind of freaked everyone out with that little black box. It was never on anything prior till today. I have tested it. It does seem to be there. My nephew and I will come in and play that tonight. So that is about it. Again, $39.99 at GameStop. The booster packs, I don't really know if they're going to be like accessories for the plants and zombies, if it's going to be different character. I don't really know, but I'll put the codes in tonight and see how that goes. Unless, of course, you have to have Xbox Live Gold for that, and then I won't do that tonight. But nonetheless, I realize most people are fine, you know, with the Xbox Live Gold and the PlayStation Plus or whatever it is. Just not what I grew up with, not something I'm willing to accept or endorse. Again, the Nintendo method to me is still the best. You buy the console, you buy the game, you go online and have fun, and it's all included in what you've already spent. So, that said, don't discount this game. I know a lot of you obviously already do the subscriptions and stuff. Pick this up and give it a try. If your friend has it, go play it with him or her. Obviously, there's some smart chicks out in the world that pick up good games. I just think it's going to be one of those deals, if you can get past the fact that it's not, you know, the latest and greatest in warfare or, you know, anything along those lines, you'll have a good time with this. And that's the most important thing. So, again, I'm trying to stay positive. My main hope is that tonight I bring my nephew over here and he has a great time with this game. So, that said, I should probably can this, get this video going, and get back to work. So, pick this up on the lunch hour, tested out the update, and then I'm getting this cranked out for you here. But don't discount it. I'll come in. I'll kind of be able to give you a better review, kind of a kid's perspective on it whenever, you know, my nephew and I have finished up playing. I'll leave all that in the comments section, have it on the blog as well. But like I said, in the event I get on, I'll be more than happy to add, you know, whoever watches this and has an Xbox. I realize most of what I do is Nintendo. You know, sorry, it's what I enjoy, but there are some games just like this one that don't come to Nintendo that I think are great. Hopefully, if I can actually play this, I think it will live up to those expectations. So, that said, I tried to keep that as positive as I could, but again, a lot of you might be oblivious to the fact that not everyone in the world has, you know, the zippy internet connections and has the money or the internet connection to really justify, you know, paying yearly for, you know, a subscription, you know, like Xbox Live Gold. So it's not a bad deal. The, you know, $35-$60 depending on sale prices and whatnot. It's just, I wish the developers took that into consideration, you know. But as is, I'm going to remain optimistic as I can. But again, if you are one of those people set up online, already have Live Gold, everything like that, get this game. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. And if I can help someone enjoy their day a little bit more, that works for me. So, should be, I don't know when it's coming to PlayStation and PC. I think it was released only on the Xbox. It's never going to come to Nintendo. EA basically doesn't support them, which is a shame because that would be really cool with the gamepad. But again, I think it comes down to money. I'll try not to go into those things. But again, I'm going to test it out tonight. I'll go ahead. We'll get some gameplay, my nephew and I. It'll probably be nerfed down since we're not on Xbox Live Gold, sadly. But I think it'll give you a feel for the game. Maybe if you were oblivious to this one and you blew it off because it was single player or required, you know, online, or you're just, you know, into other things and don't think this would be any good, I've got high hopes for it, so I'll leave it at that. But as always, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Chase McCain is hidden, not very well, but he is kind of hidden. So if you see him, feel free to post up. I'll leave it at that. And again, hopefully if you pick this up, your setup online won't have any issues. Otherwise, if you're in my boat, so-so internet connection kind of makes you weary of committing to Xbox Live Gold. Hopefully the offline co-op gives us all a lot of fun. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and I will catch everyone back here next time.